Okay, you feather merchants. This is a story about a cell search we conducted over on B Yard that almost got me fired. Anyway, my partner and I, we um, we were doing our rounds, and we went to B Yard, one of the buildings there. I can't remember which building. It might have been 5 or 6 block. Anyway, we walked in there, and this we saw this inmate right away run to the front of his cell door to see who came in the section, and he turned the light off right away. So what we did is we went over to his cell. We turned the water off, and we saw him. He had a weapon on him, and he didn't want to flush it because I think it was a pretty good weapon, but he didn't want to give it up either. So we asked him. We gave him instructions to back up to the food port so we could cuff him up, and he said a couple of obscenities to us. Basically, he said it wasn't going to happen. So we had the control booth officer open the door, and when we opened the door, his cellie jumped up into his top bunk because he didn't want any part of this, and he rushed us with the weapon. So we sprayed him down with OC. We were carrying the MK9 canisters, and I never seen anyone take gas like this guy. He never even coughed, nothing. It's like he could breathe, but he couldn't see, so he would retreat back into his cell until he could get a little bit of vision. And as soon as he saw us, he would charge us again. I mean, this went on and on. Of course, the control booth officer, he pushed the alarm right away, and so the cavalry's on the way. And by the time our correction officers got there, we were almost done using our gas. We had sprayed them so many times, and before it was over, I think we ended up using about 5 cans of OC on this guy, and he would not surrender. And finally, and the whole time his cellie's under the covers, he wouldn't even peek out of the covers. He just stayed under the covers. And so finally, the guy gave up. It was too much. And so we told him to lay down on the floor and face the window. And we pulled him out of the cell and put by his feet. And the whole floor had oil on it from all the gas, the OC. And we slid him out of the cell real easy and put cuffs on him and stood him up and confiscated the weapon. And then his cellie came out and we cuffed him up. So anyway, we went back to I was on the security squad at the time, so we went back to the squad room, write the reports, and it's an incident. And the AW, Associate Warden, he reads our reports, and I can't remember if he asked us about it or he asked the sergeant. But when he realized that we opened the door and we didn't call for a cell extraction team, he got really, really angry because somewhere in that real thick rules book, there's a rule that says you can't do that, and you gotta call an extraction for the extraction team. And we got a little carried away, I guess. But anyway, he told our sergeant, he says, I want those two guys fired. He said, I've had it with them. And the sergeant came back and told us that, and I thought, oh man, I love this job. And but we had a real good sergeant at the time, and he went in there and he talked to the AW, and he finally got the AW to agree not to fire us. And but the AW said, okay, I'm not going to fire those two idiots, but they're not going to work together anymore, and they're not going to leave the office anymore by themselves. If they leave the office, they have to have adult supervision. That means one of the other investigators have to leave with them. And he held us to the fire for about a month before he kind of just forgot about it, and he let it go, and then everything turned back to normal. But this story reminded me of another incident that my partner and I had over on B Yard, and we did another cell search that actually got us in trouble. And I don't think we found any serious contraband, but this guy had a lot of books or something, and so I remember he had way over how many he should have. So we took some of the books out and put them back in his cell. And my partner, he was bent over in front of the cell port, the food port, and we'd taken the cuffs off the guy, and he was going through the books and asking the guy, the inmate, which books he'd like to keep. And as Sal looked down at the books to look at the titles, the convict stuck his arm out of the food port and hit Sal on top of the head. He didn't hit him hard. He couldn't reach out very far, but he hit him on top of the head. I don't know what he was thinking about, but my partner looks at me like he thought I hit him. I said that. I said it wasn't me. I said it was that guy. And so Sal, my partner, gets back up and he says, "Okay, turn around." And he put him in cuffs. And all we did is we didn't hurt him. We didn't want to hurt him or anything. We put him in cuffs and we took him to the program office, put him in a holding cell, and went back and did our reports. The AW that was used to kind of watch us closely, he got really angry again on this. He said, "You guys should never have taken him out of his cell. He assaulted you, and it was like he hit him on top of the head, but it wasn't like a serious blow. He could barely reach him. But anyway, he said no. He says you should have had someone else take him out." And so we got in trouble. But he didn't want to fire us this time. It wasn't that bad. But he did. I think he was really seriously considering changing our jobs to snorkel patrol at the sewage plant and first watch. But anyway, that was it just came to mind when I thought about it. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. Okay, you guys.